up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be makeup resolutions. This is part 2 of a 3-part series. The first part was the tour of my makeup collection that I posted a few days ago. So this is part 2. And if it sounds like something that you might be interested in, then just please keep on watching. So here we go, makeup resolutions for me, 2018. I'm not generally a person that makes a lot of resolutions every year on New Year's Eve, but this year I thought I would make some resolutions about my makeup. And the first one of those is giving myself permission to not wear foundation or to not wear makeup at all. I definitely like days like today where I have a complete makeup look on, I'm wearing foundation and the whole 9 yards, but there's days where I really just don't feel like messing with it. I do a lot of things outside of the home with my kids, and I also run my home for my children and my husband. I stay at home. And so there are days where I'm just not gonna mess with makeup, specifically if I'm gonna stay home and scrub bathrooms and things like that. So my first resolution is I wanna give myself permission to not wear foundation if I just wanna give my skin a day to breathe. Or if I really just wanna put on eyeshadow that day and lip product of some sort and just skip the foundation step altogether. My skin's at a point right now where I'm okay with that. I'm okay with skipping foundation. I think we get into this mindset when watching YouTube videos, or at least those of us that do, where we see people doing the same steps over and over and over again, and nobody ever skips foundation. And I know a few people on YouTube have talked about skipping foundation. I think Jessica Braun has talked about it, and maybe even Emily Noel. So that's the number one thing that I'm going to resolve to do this year, and that is wear foundation when I want to and don't wear it when I don't want to. So number 2 is I want to start shopping my own stash, specifically where new releases are concerned. It's really easy to fall in the trap when we see new palettes. For me, I'm an eyeshadow junkie, so that's the number one draw for me, is when new eyeshadow palettes come out and we see these new and fantastic pops of color. But I have learned that I've bought several shades and different color families over and again in my collection, and this is an example of it. This is my first high-end palette, so it's near and dear to my heart, but this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And what really drew me into this palette were these peach shades, these 3 shades right here in the middle. And I essentially bought the palette for those colors, even though, you know, the rest of it is rather neutral. We've got some highlight shades. It really does have everything you need in it for a complete eye look. But for example, what I mean by shopping my own stash, when a new palette comes out, let's say this Too Faced palette just came out and I'm really interested in these 3 peach shades here. What I want to do is go on my collection and look and see if I have any of those colors already. And if I don't, instead of buying this whole palette, which has browns that I have, you know, different colors that I may already have in my collection, what I want to do is start just buying single eyeshadows from different places, ColourPop for one, excuse me, and just buy singles of the colors that I can't live without. So that's the number 2 resolution for this year. I want to learn to shop my stash, and then if there's colors that I just can't live without, I will buy them as single eyeshadows and start building a Z palette that way. So that is number 2. And then number 3, I have another example for this one, but my number 3 resolution is that I'd just like to teach this old dog some new tricks. And yes, I realize I'm not old, but what I mean by that is I'm newly back into the makeup game and learning things over and again. And there's some things where I feel like I'm getting pretty comfortable. I'm really enjoying eyeshadow and just learning how to build looks. and things like that, what techniques work best for different parts of eyeshadow looks, etc. But there's definitely some areas where I feel like I could grow, and one of those areas is lashes. I've messed around with some drugstore lashes, some Ardell Demi Wispies that I got for Halloween a few times, and I'm getting more and more comfortable putting on lashes. I'm never going to be an everyday lash girl, but I would like to wear some lashes. I'd like to wear them in some videos for you guys to see how I'm progressing. And then another thing that I would like to learn more about is eyeliner. I love winged eyeliner. I love it on other people. The few times I've had success, I've liked it on myself. And so I'd like to become more proficient at that over this year. And then the last thing is I would like to play with more color eyeshadows, brighter color lipsticks, things like that. Angelica, if you watch her on YouTube, she does the most beautiful, colorful eyeshadow looks, and I would like to do more of that. So that's part 3 of my resolutions. Number 4 is I'm putting myself on a low buy. A lot of you know what that means. But what that means for me, I will give myself permission in 2018, and you guys can hold me accountable to this. I know I have friends and family who certainly will, but I will give myself permission to only buy 2 eyeshadow palettes in the year of 2018. That does not include anything that might come in my BoxyCharm, but I think that will help me to shop my stash better and also to use up what I have. And then the other exception to that low buy will be when I'm replacing any empties, any makeup products that I run out of, or skincare, obviously, things like that. Mascaras have to be thrown out every so often. So those are the exceptions to that. But other than that, I would consider myself on a low to no buy. And I think that'll help me to just become a lot more selective in what I'm picking up. I was really proud of myself when I went to Target yesterday with my bestie before church, and I actually did not buy any makeup. I did buy a couple of Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow brushes because they're discontinuing Sonia Kashuk at Target, if you didn't know that. And if you didn't know that, run out to your local Target because they are marking down everything. But I was really proud of myself. All I got was a couple of brushes. So last but not least, number 5 is I want to hit pan on 10 products in the year 2018. I'm not a huge project panner. I've never done this before, but my sister and I had talked about both of us wanting to concentrate on using up what we already have in our collections this year, and we thought a great way to do that would be to collab together on a project pan 2018. So that leads me into our next video. It will be a project pan where we each pick 10 makeup and skincare related products, and we'll get to see on both videos what we each picked out for the year, and just concentrate on using some of those. I don't know that I'll say that everything will be used up all the way, but I would like to at least hit pan on some things, and definitely, you know, liquids and things like that are easier to use up. So that's it. That's this video this year. These are my resolutions for my channel and for my makeup collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see some more from me, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I do plan to upload 2 to 3 times a week this year, and if you'd like to see more from me, then keep on coming back.